Blurays podcast. We watch Blu-rays and we take biscuits. Changes every time I do that.
It does indeed. I like it though.
Do you think I need a new one?
What else would you have?
Welcome to the Biscuits Blurays podcast.
Where we eat Blu-rays and watch the biscuit. I don't know.
That's exactly the same. You've just flipped them.
I was trying to make it different.
Silly goose. How about this for an intro? A what babaloo bap what baboo.
Oh, that's so good.
Grease.
Grease. It's the word.
It is the word. It's the word that you heard.
It's got meaning.
Grease is the
Time.
It's the place. It's the motion.
Grease is the
Grease
way.
is the way that we're feeling.
It is.
Grease is a musical.
Well done.
Thank you for joining us on the Grease episode. No, it's a.
Wait, most obvious comment of the week.
We've been watching a lot of Harry Hill's TV, but guys. But no, it's a musical that is fun for all the family.
It is.
Your grandma likes this one. Your mum likes this one. You like this one. Your dad likes this one.
Your young siblings or family members have probably never heard of this one.
Yes. Your great ancestors, no idea about it.
No.
But everyone knows Grease. Is it built into the fabric of humankind?
Yes. You wake up knowing this.
You just wake up...
You wake up from birth and you're like, oh, Grease is the word.
Grease is the word that you've heard. It's got groove. It's got meaning.
I think so much of Grease is given to us at a young age because that mega mix is played at weddings,
funerals,
parties, funerals everywhere. People do it at school. It's a good karaoke duet songs, aren't they? They're in the public psyche.
Has there ever been a good karaoke version of Grease? Have you ever heard one?
No.
No, me neither. I think I heard one once.
I don't like that. Karaoke's supposed to be bad.
Yeah,
I'm not listening to karaoke to think, oh, these are great singers. I always think, fuck off to a stand-up night. I want to see some crap.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I see. You want Joan, who's a secretary on the weekdays.
Yeah, pointing at every available man in the audience.
Yeah. I got cheers, but play it. Boop.
Yeah.
Let's go into the history of Greece.
Okay.
Beautiful country. That's all I know about the country.
Way.
Whoa! Started as a stage musical.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know it well?
Did it start off as a play and then a musical?
What, can you imagine Greece without the music?
It feels weird if it was. It started out very differently, didn't it, than what we get in the film?
Yeah.
I mean, even the musical itself, there's a lot of elements to it that are still different.
Is the 50s... This was filmed in the 70s, and Greece was popular in the 70s, and I assume 60s when it came out, late 60s. Was the 50s nostalgic then?
Oh, yeah, massively.
Because it would have been, 10 years ago?
Well, think of how many films around that time went back to the 50s.
How many?
Loads of them.
Name them.
Peggy Sue got married.
Peggy Sue did get married!
She did.
That was an 80s movie.
Yeah, but it goes back to the 50s when...
I feel like...
They were back at school, do you know what I mean? That was the nostalgia for people in the 80s. They remember being back at school in the 50s.
Right.
Or their parents did. So that's why...
So is this why, nowadays, we're like, oh my god, the 80s and the...
We're getting loads of 80s and 90s stuff, and everyone's saying, oh, the 90s is nostalgic. And I'm thinking, shit, they are!
Yeah.
Because I was an 80s baby.
Someone said to me at work the other day, what's a VHS? And I've never felt older.
Did you just want to slap her around face with one?
I was like, grow up! It's a video...
Cassette.
And it was beautiful.
Oh, what a time.
Yeah, this is a musical.
It is.
It's about nothing.
It is. It's got a bit of a love story that goes through it. It's basically just tells of a year at school.
I don't think there's any main character here. Obviously, you're drawn to Danny and Sandy. But there's no. It's an ensemble piece.
It is.
But without feeling like an ensemble piece.
Yeah, and I think again because a lot of people's first introductions to Grease is the film.
Yes.
And in the film, they make a big deal out of Danny and Sandy because they've got these two stars.
Yes.
In the roles. In the musical, it's really not. It is an ensemble piece. So many of the characters have other songs and are doing other things, and actually they're a lot more interesting. You hardly see Sandy. For good reason, because she's fucking annoying in the stage show. She's terrible.
Okay, this is the point where we get personal again.
Yeah.
We've both done Grease.
We've both been in it, yeah.
For me, I was a much secondary character. I wasn't in it much. I was Vince Fontaine, the DJ. But you Sandra Doo.
I played Sandy, and I was so excited when I got cast. It was the role I really wanted to play. Read the script and was like,
Did you look at the script and say, you're the one that I want?
ooh, 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 honey. Yeah, I read it and was like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
She's so annoying.
In the show?
In the show, yeah. And I was thinking, oh, well, her songs are, well, this is boring. If I'd have read the script first, I would have wanted to have been Marty.
Did you put on an Australian accent?
No.
Why not?
Because she's not supposed to have one. It was created for Olivia Newton-John, who they wanted in the role. And to be honest, she's perfect.
My parents call her Olivia Neutron Bomb.
Oh dear.
Don't know why. I'm sure that's funny.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
You're such a wordsmith.
Oh, thank you! Thank you very much. That's very kind. It is a vehicle for Travolta, who was huge at this time. Saturday Night Fever.
It really took people's imagination.
He was in Carrie.
He was a really short secondary character in Carrie, though.
He was in Carrie. There he was.
There he is in Carrie.
Do you think this is their finest hour?
I'm trying to think what else they've done that I think, oh my god, that's their movies. I think this probably is.
Xanadu.
No, it's not though. She looks beautiful in that film. And she's very talented, but no. But Olivia Newton-John's had like so many platinum records and stuff. She's had a great career.
Yeah.
But for me, this is where she's just peaking. She's fabulous.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think they're both very good in this. Mm-hmm. But we have to really address a big thing that upsets me about Grease, the movie.
Is it this thing you went on about all the way through the film? Okay.
Yeah, it is.
And this is about the actors' ages.
Why are they so old? Why is everyone so old? This happens still in Hollywood sometimes.
I don't think it's quite as bad as this.
The last time it really happened was probably Four Stick, the Fantastic Four film, where they're like, "Okay, we're in school," and you're like,
"No, you're not.
That's a 30-year-old man."
Yeah.
But in Greece, Jesus, some of them almost get away with it. Some of them look okay. I'm not naming any names, but it ain't anyone in the main cast.
I don't know. I think the actress playing Marty, I think when she's got her Beauty School Dropout outfit on and you just see her face, you don't see how they've got her hair bouffanted. Mm-hmm. She's got a really fresh face.
Yeah.
I feel like she's maybe done up a bit too much, but I suppose that's her character.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Stockard Channing is 80 years old in this film. If you look at pictures of Stockard Channing now, that's how old she looks in this. She sticks out like a sore Channing.
I think so many of them do, but you know what? I think that's the part of the charm of it. I love the fact that they do.
I get it. Come on. They're so old.
They are so old.
It's a great soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
I think a big thing in the 70s was to push, if you had a musical or just a film with a soundtrack, would be to push the vinyl sales maybe a little in your favour. This happened, West Side Story, that album took off. Saturday Night Fever, the album took off. This is no exception.
Well, I think people just love musicals as well back then because, for example, when Lloyd Webber really wanted to get a musical out there, such as, for example, Jesus Christ Superstar, Evita, he pushed out a concept album first. Got the public to get really excited about the songs, and then that financed the shows.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's people just, I don't know, maybe they all just liked a compilation
I have a fact about
album at that time.
I have a fact about Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Okay.
He looks like a walnut.
Well done.
Human walnut.
Here you go, guys.
This soundtrack is a bop.
It is. What's your favourite song from the soundtrack?
It's too difficult, isn't it? But here are 3 songs I like from this film.
Okay.
I think some of them are good. The slow ones are a bit shit. As an album as a whole.
Yeah, gets the point.
It's all good stuff. So my top 3.
Yeah.
From the album, not the film. Those Magic Changes.
Agreed.
Born to Hand Jive.
Yeah.
Sandy.
Take out Sandy, put Rock and Roll Party Queen in, and that's my favourite. I really love Freddie My Love as well.
Does that play? Okay, that plays on the radio?
No, it doesn't play ever in any of it.
In this?
Yeah.
In the film? I'm sure it does.
It might play as a radio song, maybe, but it was a song for the film.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So it's a song in the show that's not in the film. And do you know what? They shouldn't have cut that because it's fucking great.
There are a few songs in this that are made just for the film. Am I right in thinking so?
You are.
Okay, what are they?
Grease is the word.
That you heard, it's got groove, it's got meaning. That's the full title of the song. Frankie Valli. Oh boy.
What a boy.
Hey!
Hopelessly Devoted.
To you.
To you. And you're the one that I want.
Mm-hmm. Does that feels like a push for Oscar Best Original Song.
And it should have been.
I think only one of them was nominated. It was Hopelessly Devoted,
Yeah.
and it lost.
Oh, those songs are amazing, and they've really stood the test of time as well. People still love them.
I agree, and I think we hit the nail on the head with this, is that this is a film made in the 70s, but it's set in the 50s. Therefore, these songs don't match any of those times. I'd say they're more 70s than 50s.
Yeah.
So, I think they do have a little bit of timelessness to them.
Yeah, and they use 50s kind of melody like lines and stuff. Like, for example, at the end of, well, I don't even know what you call it. We Go Together?
Yes.
When they start bringing in the low basses doing the barbershop stuff. That really works.
Well, did you hear in the same bit where the singing Who Put the Bop or whatever in... What's the song called? We Go Together. It does that Chipmunks thing. And that was very Shep Woolley.
Yeah.
Purple People Eater.
Yeah.
And I like that.
You love that song.
It's one of my favourite songs. It was weird that was in the film Nope.
It makes sense. It's the best song ever. Yeah.
Do you remember?
I do.
In the film Nope, when that guy was just like really like getting
When he
abducted
said
by
it really
aliens.
seriously.
Yeah, I'm a purple
People
eater. I was like, this is the worst film of the year. I don't like that film, genuinely. But we're not talking about that.
We're not talking about that.
Yeah. As schools go, what are they doing? Because you never see them in lesson.
No, because they don't go to school.
This is a high school.
They don't go. It's the same as any kind of really high school musical. You never see them do any class really, ever.
Yeah, but it's quite romanticised, I'd say.
Yeah, it's what it's kind of seen as like almost like the typical American high school in the 50s.
Would you describe it as a cliche?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very seen through kind of like nostalgic glasses, in that it's like this is the time of the 50s. It was fun. It was this.
I always ask my dad. I've told you this before. I always ask my dad, what was the 50s like? He's of that time, and because he grew up in a village in
Middle of nowhere.
in the middle of nowhere in England, he was like, well, it wasn't like that. Like,
yeah.
You think it was like that, don't you? And I was like, yeah. It's like it wasn't. It was we were still recovering from World War II. No one was vibing. We were still rationing at this point. No one was having a good time.
Yeah, so for example, if you go to a fancy dress party and they say it's a 50s theme, people will dress as characters from this film.
Yes.
Or in the big poodle skirts and that sort of thing.
But it ain't that.
No, not really. Especially not really towards the end that started to really kick in.
It's weird to me that the start... we should talk about the animation at the start. Because that is like a whirlwind of 50s imagery.
Oh, I love the beginning bit.
Did you notice it? Like there was the bit with like all the political stuff.
Elvis.
I like Ike. Who's Ike?
I don't know, but he's great.
I like him. Just things like that as well. And I was like, it sets the tone.
It's got like that kind of pop culture-y sort of vibe to it that I think it maybe he's going for, because these are teenagers. Well, supposed to be. They're being played by 40-year-old men.
These are old people.
But that's what it's kind of going for.
Yeah.
Because I went to see a stage version of this, and they tried to do the same sort of thing, but they had it with all TV sets behind them.
Okay.
And they were all changing into different channels and like adverts from the 50s.
Okay.
Which was quite clever.
That's really good.
During Grease is the Word.
Yeah.
And I thought, I like that.
As a song goes, it was written by Barry Gibb, that one. Do you like that song?
I do. I love it. I hear it on the radio quite a lot.
It comes in with a bang.
It does.
And I think that's what the best kind of musicals do. We've just spoke about La La Land. I think this is the same with Grease is the Word. Yeah,
I think those opening bars, everyone knows that's Grease.
Yes. I always remember... And people forget about the bit at the start, though. The bit at the beach.
Oh, this is boring.
I like it.
It's cute with that love is a many splendid thing.
I liked those two, Danny and Sandy. I think it's a little fling, isn't it? It's nice.
Yeah, they have like a little summer romance, don't they?
What's it taking off? Is it taking something off?
Yeah, is it a Rock Hudson film where they're kissing on the beach and stuff like that?
I want to say on the waterfront.
I've never seen it, but I think the images of them kissing in the water, like the waves hitting them, is quite iconic.
Is that the bit from Grease? No, but the bit from Shrek, sorry.
Yes. Yeah. And then the mermaid kisses
and the mermaid, and then he flows,
And she throws us the sharks, yeah.
Shrek 2's great.
It's the best of all of them.
Correct. It's better than this.
No, it's not.
You disagree.
No, this is perfect. This film is.
This film is not perfect.
There's nothing wrong with this film.
I'll tell you what, though. I've rated this 4.5 stars on Letterboxd.
Which is wrong, because it's a 5.
You've gone for a 5, but I don't know why I've took half a star off it. I couldn't tell you.
But well, then that's the problem, isn't it, that with you? That sounds like a you problem, James.
Here is... I think it's because those 2 songs that are slow are so slow and just bad.
Yeah.
Let's say it at the same time and see if we're talking about the same one.
Okay.
Okay. There are worse things I can do. Okay, yeah. And
slow songs.
Yeah. It was the only Oscar nominee.
Okay.
Oh.
1, 2, 3.
Hopelessly
Hopelessly Devoted. There we go.
They drag it down.
They do drag it down. I think Olivia Newton-John sings that beautifully, and she's gorgeous to look at in that scene. But my God, does it go on? And I'm glad my school didn't get the rights to that song.
If I would, yeah, absolutely.
I had another song. I had to sing something else, but
I think about just a quick thing about the stage show. There are different versions of it.
Oh yeah.
That you can get that you can have license. And
yeah.
if you get the rights, you won't always get these songs.
No.
So there are songs that have been cut from this, and then songs put in. But whenever people do it for school productions and stuff, they always chuck in at least one.
Yeah, I think the one we got was no, we didn't get Sandy either. That wasn't in our version. It was like, oh, that's great. So that's another good one.
If I was a cast member in this film, Grease.
Yeah.
It's the word that you've heard. It's got meaning. And I had a character introduction at the start in that cartoon, and they drew me that badly.
Yeah.
I would sue.
Is it supposed to be like that? Because of all the caricatures that people used to enjoy at fairgrounds, I mean, they still do.
But they're not caricatures.
It looks like this.
They're of that style. So, were caricatures big in the 50s?
I'm guessing so.
They done Stockard Channing dirty.
They did a lot of them. The only one who actually gets away anywhere scot-free is Olivia Newton-John.
I disagree. I think it's Travolta.
Olivia
Newton-John in that drawing looks like a psychopath.
None of them are very good.
Stockard Channing got it worse.
She got it worse. I don't know what they did to her.
I think it's because they aged her up, which is a problem when she was 45.
Yeah.
So.
She's 45, they wanted to make her 50.
Let's talk about what Grease is about.
Mm-hmm.
It's about sharks and jets.
The shits.
The shits. T-Birds.
T-Birds and the Pink Ladies. They go to the same high school, Rydell High.
As I go traveling.
And it basically just follows their fucking school year, doesn't it?
Is it their last year?
Yeah, they're seniors.
They are seniors because they're all 45 years old.
Are you singing the Allemande? You want to, don't you?
That's what I was going to do, but I won't do it now because you interrupted.
I want to hear it with school spirit.
I don't know the words.
You only know that first bit.
Yeah, it's like I travelling down the last highway, and then I think I left the stage when we did it because I was on at that point.
Okay, I wasn't. I was too busy living it up backstage.
Dandy.
Danny.
I like the chemistry with all the sharks. No, with the that was a genuine mistake. With the T-Birds and the Pink Ladies.
Oh yeah, they're perfect.
I think I don't know about how this was made. I imagine they had some sort of rehearsal process.
You would have thought so.
And I think that everyone made friends with exactly the right people.
Yeah. They knew what they were doing. And maybe it helped the fact they were older actors.
So old.
So they did kind of know their stuffs.
Yeah.
They all bounce off each other really well. I mean, even that first scene of the T-Birds taking the make way when we're introduced to Nicky and Danny. The interaction between them all is great.
It does feel high school-esque.
Yeah. They act more like high school kids than they do in High School Musical.
I haven't seen High School Musical.
That's a banger you're missing out on.
Is it though? You've not really sold it to me.
Once a walkout, always a walkout.
I don't know what that means.
Wildcats everywhere. Raise your hands up in the air. Oh my god.
High School Musical wishes it was Grease.
It does wish it was Grease.
It ain't Grease.
It isn't Grease. Grease will always be the number one.
The one that I want.
It will.
This is a point in the show where I call it this is this man's finest hour.
Okay.
It's a new segment. I'm working on it.
Okay.
Barry Pearl.
Oh, you big man crush all the way through there.
Not man crush. I appreciate his talent because he's giving it 110%.
Talent crush.
Talent, yeah. Everyone's good in this. You've got Travolta. You've got Jeff Conaway.
Mm-hmm.
You've got I'm talking about the T-Birds.
Yeah.
And you've got 3 other ones. Out of those 3 other ones, Barry Pearl is phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And every time he popped up, I was like, this fucking guy.
I think he's most people's favourite out of the other ones.
Yeah. Why is that? Is it because he looks like a child?
I think
it's
it's because
behaving.
I like the. I think they enjoy the stupid things he does. Everyone had a class clown that would do that sort of shit.
Yeah.
So you can kind of think, oh yeah, we had one of them in my class, sort of thing.
I see myself in him.
You are him.
I wish I was anything like Barry Pearl. Doody, if you're keeping track.
Oh, he's great.
There's Okay, let me reel off some names and hope they're correct. Doody. Mm-hmm. Marnie. That's one of the girls.
Marty.
Who's Marnie?
No one.
Frenchie.
Yeah.
Jan.
Johnny just stick to one group of people and then that'll be good.
But I don't know the names of the other 2 guys.
So name the pink ladies.
Marty. Rizzo.
Yeah.
Frenchie. Jan. Sandy.
Yeah.
That's
your
them.
5.
That's 5. Okay, I was doing good. T-Birds, I have no idea.
Well, you've got Danny.
Danny, Kaniki, Zukos.
Danny Kinnicky.
Doody.
Pugsley.
Pugsley. Puggy? Puggy? Yeah. And Blitzen.
I don't know who the other one is.
This is terrible. But they're all good, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. They're great.
They're 45. They're great.
We love it.
I don't think... I was never... When I watched this as a kid, I was never really drawn in on the time jump. This is a year.
Yeah.
This is supposed to take place. It feels like a week.
Also, watching this as children, was you aware of some of the themes that are in it? And what they're singing about and talking about? Because I wasn't.
No, same.
Growing up. So I used to sing Look at Me, I'm Sandra Dee with no cares in the world. And I remember being in a car that my friend's mum was driving, was all going like swimming or something like that.
Okay.
And it came on the radio, as you do.
Okay,
and I was singing it. When she says lousy with virginity, I just sang it. And the girl's mum went, I'm surprised you're singing that. Your mum lets you. And I thought,
well, yeah, it's fucking
why would
Grease.
she not? But I didn't know what that meant.
No, same.
And even I watched this back just before the pandemic when I said, what do you think this is, a gangbang? I was like, oh my God, I never picked up on any of this.
It is quite adult. It's
really adult, but then again, that's how teens and young adults do talk to each other.
In the 50s.
They've always spoken to each other like that.
Yeah, dirty.
Yeah, we've learned a bad word. They've got their own slang, they've got the way they talk to each other. I think it's great.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Does it feel natural?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to agree. I think it does as well. But I don't think it's because of I think it's because of the main characters. But everyone, every extra, every backing dancer, every backing singer understands the assignment.
Oh yeah, I often find myself drawn to the backing dancers because they are using their faces like you wouldn't believe. They are acting from the top of their heads to the tip of the toes, and I love that.
That's a big thing for like theatre groups in general, isn't it?
Oh, I love that so
it doesn't
much.
matter how well you dance. If you're not smiling, you're not selling it.
Yeah, because there's always someone watching you.
Yeah, apparently.
I don't know. I think there is. There's always someone got their eyes on you.
You're talking about Green Shirt Guy again, aren't you?
Yeah, I watch him all the way through this. I think he's fascinating to watch.
But everyone is.
Yeah.
Everyone's having fun. Mm-hmm. And that's what I like about movies.
Yeah, it makes me feel happy when I watch it. But obviously there is a bit of an elephant in the room with this.
There is?
People have tried to get elements of the show and the movie cancelled.
Have they?
Yes.
Is this recent?
Yes.
Oh dear. Okay.
Because can you kind of guess what they don't like about it?
I'm going to go ahead and assume it is the lack of diversity.
That's the problem.
Okay, but that's not the problem.
No.
Go on.
It's mainly from more of a feminist kind of standpoint. The fact that Sandy's having to change for Danny.
Mm-hmm. Just the thing. We know you know the plot for Grease, so we're not going to go over it that much. Mm-hmm. Sandy's story arc is, I am Sandra Dee. I'm a bit of a innocent little sweet thing.
Sweet thing.
From New Orleans, apparently. and her arc at the end is she changes to meet this man's needs or desires.
Yeah.
Am I right in thinking that?
I think that's the way it's kind of been brought into be. But I've watched this so many times over the years.
Sure. And
I used to think that until I've started really watching it back. And then actually when you do see Danny really try and fight for her back,
Mm-hmm.
I said that in such a terrible way. Fight back for her. Like when he does try and...
No, that's not right either.
Well, he just tried to make things right after he pisses her off several times. So he does run track to try and impress her. Then show that he can do more. He does that for her. So he's trying to change who he is. And at the end, he's the one walking around in a Letterman jacket.
Okay.
He's the one trying to change for her. Because he says to the T-Birds, I love Sandy.
So they...
So he's trying to change for her. And she does the same thing back. They're both trying to do it for each other.
That's not a good thing.
No, I don't. That's the thing. I don't think as a couple they're particularly well suited. I think they're quite toxic. I think people forget that because they're played by Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta, who had great chemistry in general, because they dated, didn't they? I think through part of this.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure they did. They were dating definitely during the premiere.
Olivia Newton-John Travolta.
That's the one.
Nice.
So, but I think people see their chemistry and think, oh, they're beautiful together, blah blah blah. They're really not well suited together at all.
Okay.
They shouldn't end up together, really.
That's a fair point.
They should have La La Land the fuck out of them.
Oh,
Them end up with other people.
Do you
Yeah.
think? Oh, okay. No. It's sweet, isn't it? Obviously, these two aren't still together. If you look at Danny and Sandy's life, they're going to look back on this and go, oh yeah, I dated Danny Zuko. He's a right
He's a right prick now, yeah. He's got no hair.
Yeah. Oh, that's just mean about Travolta.
But then again, how many teenage girls, teenage boys do, when they're trying to find out what their identity is, they do try and change to fit something, whether or not it's a friendship group, a guy they like.
Yeah.
I think people maybe are looking into it a little bit too deeply because they know it's being played by adults.
It's not unheard of. Not at all.
I think if this was being played by teenagers, people would moan about it less.
But no, because that would be weird.
Why?
No, this wouldn't work if it was played by teenagers. Not the film, because you're.
I mean, I think that's why people are moaning about it, because it's being played by adults.
I see. Right. Yeah.
I think if it's just a teenage girl who's trying to impress a boyfriend,
Gotcha.
who's cool, that'd be seen as being a bit different than a grown-ass woman changing her entire identity for a guy. I think that's why it's seen the way it is.
Okay. Who's cancelling Grease in this day and age?
It makes me sad because I feel like there's such a lot to get out of it and to see it as a product of its time. And to do that, I don't know. I feel like people are missing out.
But even then, I don't think it is a product of its time. It's a product of a different time. It's nostalgia's nostalgia.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like you doing like it's like passing on notes in class.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, this is what we did, and then someone will be like, oh, yeah, we heard.
Yeah, and then what you get at the end is something completely different.
Exactly. It's like how rumours start.
Yeah.
Right. So it's tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
And that's why this works. Whereas like other films that try to do this, which I can't think of any, Grease 2, don't work.
I didn't like Grease 2.
You've got Grease 2 on Steelbook.
I lie. I love Grease 2.
No one likes Grease 2.
I prefer elements of Grease 2 because I love the songs in that. I shouldn't, but I do. The story is not as good.
Motorbikes or something.
Oh yeah, it's motorbikes. We get some characters from this in it for no reason.
Frenchie's still around.
Frenchie's still at fucking beauty school.
Is Coach Calhoun still in there?
He's still there. Principal and her little mate who are really fucking funny.
Is it the same school?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's still them. And then we've got who else is in it? The guy who is the leader of the Scorpions. Greater Face. He is still the like antagonist in it for no reason.
What did you just call him? He's got a Crater Face.
They call him Crater Face.
Oh no.
I don't know him as any other person. That's what they call him.
Well, it's because he's 80 years old as well.
80-year-old. Yeah, it's like, what are you still doing? Hanging around, bullying teenage kids.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. But at least the actors in that do look more towards their ages. Michelle Pfeiffer
Less so.
was younger.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. That's a fair point. I haven't seen Grease 2 in a long time.
Yeah, well, that's going to change this year.
That's devastating for me.
What do you mean?
Grease 2 is no good.
I think you might revisit it and enjoy some elements.
I don't think so. So
I put as a poll. Do people like Grease 2?
no one likes Grease 2.
Is there elements of Grease 2 that are good?
Well, yeah, probably.
Exactly.
There's a song about sex education.
There's loads of bits about sex in Grease 2.
All of it's about sex in this, apparently. It's dirty. People are dirty.
But then again, what are kids like at school? I mean, the amount of penises that were drawn on bathroom walls and on...
There are loads of penises drawn on the wall here.
Yeah, I can't stop, guys. I've got a problem. I mean, the conversations I hear out and about when I'm walking around town on my lunch break, you think, fucking hell, did I used to talk like that? But I probably did. There's
some great songs in this, obviously, but the choreography in this is on another level.
Oh, it is. I love it. I think it's got such a distinct style to it.
Yeah. Is it of its time? Like, is it 70s dancing? Or style dancing?
No, because 70s dancing is a bit different, isn't it?
So...
It's all freestyly.
Yeah, okay, I guess, yeah.
Like, I think we think of like dances like the Hustle and stuff like that. That's very 70s-esque. Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
That is a dance style, though. A lot of... Well, I'm doing motions right now that no one can see.
But it's not far... ladies and gentlemen, we are doing the hustle.
We're both doing the hustle right now.
Yeah, but that's not far away from the actual hand jive.
The hand jive's a lot more...
Yeah. But the hand jive was only ever, like... It's the opposite of Lord of the Dance. It's very top. It's from your... You know, you don't move your legs. Whereas the choreography for this is like, right, if you're doing the hand jive, you're having a good time with your feet as well.
I think, though, if you was to put a Grease song on at a disco, there will be people that will be emulating different moves from the film.
Yes.
Put on Born to Hand Jive, most people do the clap stuff.
I think everyone knows the hand jive at this point.
The other one that I want, people tend to do the
backwards and forwards
walk, yeah.
Yeah, other song, Summer Nights.
Summer Nights, people go back to back.
Shibba-dap, everyone does the shuffle.
People know it, don't they? And I love that.
It's a good time at parties.
It is. I think it's one of those where if you see the choreography somewhere or some people acting in that or dancing in that style, you'll recognise it as being Grease.
Yeah, that's very good. Danny and Sandy's relationship obviously starts like la la la, but she goes to school. She's from Australia.
Yeah.
And he acts like a total dick because he's around all his mates and stuff. And I've seen people do that.
Yeah.
That's disgusting behaviour.
But it's what... I mean, again, it's hard to say because they're adults in this.
Yeah.
it's how people act.
Yeah, it's true to form.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make it any less right.
It doesn't make it any less right.
Yeah. Everyone's got... The side characters in this aren't forgotten about.
No.
And I like that.
Are they do you prefer the side characters to the main romance story that we've got with Danny and Sandy?
Yes. Particularly... Not that 45-year-old man in the T-Birds. I don't like him. He's my least favourite.
The Marty's boyfriend.
No, ma'am. That one.
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Yeah.
Some great lines, though.
I know he does, but I find him irritating. And then when they're doing the hand jive, he takes Sandy away from Danny because he's had a bit too much to drink. Yeah. And I'm like, that's not on... What the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing, man?
Yeah. You have no friends. Duty's great. And the blonde one... I forget his name.
I think one was Pugsley, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's him. Yeah, those two are fantastic. But the bit in the cafe and like beauty school dropout, I like.
Yeah.
I find Frenchie's hair and makeup quite spectacular.
How did you find it during beauty school dropout?
What, her hair?
Yeah.
A vibe.
I was also going to say I love her pink hair. I think it's the best. I think she should have kept it. It looks great.
Were people doing that in the 50s though? Dyeing their hair just a complete different colour?
I don't think she meant to, did she, from the sound of it?
Oh.
She said she had a problem with tinting class.
Oh, I see.
But in the 50s, a lot of women used to wear wigs.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's even a scene, I think, in Dirty Dancing where all the women are out, like, on the terrace and they're trying to sell all these different wigs.
Dirty Dancing's in the 50s?
Yeah, they're all trying them on. So, yeah, women would just wang them on, the big beehive ones.
Fuck me, I do not like Dirty Dancing.
I love Dirty Dancing. That's also a film with a stellar soundtrack.
Its soundtrack's belting.
You just love some Frankie Valli, don't you?
She's like the wind. No, I like She's Like the Wind.
Oh, that's a banger. Patrick Swayze's in the room, guys.
What? He's in the corner. Oh, I shouldn't have put him there.
I shouldn't have put him there.
Damn it. What were we talking about? Beauty School Dropout. The sets are good in this. Mm-hmm. I think it does well. But it feels like a set. Always. I think the school less so, but
the school isn't a set though, is it? It's a real school.
It's a real school, but like the cafe on the corner where they have the milkshakes and stuff, the diner.
Could you please talk about the school set during, well, in particular the extras in the end of Summer Nights when Sandy starts doing her slow bit towards the end?
Guys, you got to watch Grease again because you're missing that on so much background stuff. Can she get me a friend? And he pulls the comb and he goes boing.
Boing in his
And then
face.
Sandy does it turned colder, and then she stands up. But first time we noticed this, there's just a guy there. There's just a guy on the table.
It's on the table next to them in an apron.
In an apron, so he clearly works at this school. Is he the janitor?
I don't know, or is he a student who's just clearing stuff up, like on...
But no, why would he be? Because why would he be... And why is he involved in the girls' bit?
Well, I don't think he is, because he's sat on a table next to them, and he's sat on the table with, like, his head in his hand, just, like, looking off wistfully.
Is he remembering his own summer nights?
Yes.
Oh, what was that like?
It was also with Danny.
That's what you know that T-Birds or Pink Ladies TV show? Mm-hmm. Scrap that. I want to see this guy's TV show.
Didn't it already come out?
Oh, that's long cancelled.
That's long gone.
That did not do well.
Because they've tried the Grease TV thing before. They didn't want to do it alongside Grease 2, and how badly that performed completely wrote out a...
Luckily, Grease 2 was so bad that it kind of stopped everything in its tracks because they were planning a Grease 3. The plan was to always do 3, apparently. And then they just went, nah, we can't top that.
Grease 2 stands there better as a standalone movie, not as a sequel.
So why call it Grease 2?
It's because it's set at the same school, innit? And you've got T-Birds and Pink Ladies.
Yeah, but then if you did its own thing, you'd be like, oh, this is ripping off Grease.
Yeah.
Not a vibe. So you have to call it Grease 2.
You can see how, though, but I have a secret love for Grease 2.
No one has a secret love for Grease 2.
Most people do.
Incorrect.
You will. You're going to watch it and be like, I love this. Where's this been all my life?
I just want to do a big segment now on the whole ballroom scene in this film.
Oh, in the gym for
in the gym
for the dance.
It is up there for me with some of the best musical moments. Straight up.
So, what's your best part of that sequence?
Of the Born to Hand Jive sequence. It's the Born to Hand Jive sequence, but there's a particular bit where Born to Hand Jive or whatever. The bit where Danny and Sandy are doing just jiving, just like going across the floor and doing
they do the finger pistols.
The finger pistols and the lassoing. But the music's like swelled because it's got like orchestral bit in that bit for no reason.
Well, we've just had the drum solo. We've had all the chorus do all their stupid bits and pieces, and they're all like swirling each other over. It builds a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, but then it culminates in that bit.
Yeah.
And then I love.
Then you get Kaneki doing the "How low can you go?" and it completely goes down.
Yeah.
You then get the teacher getting dragged off, don't you? Going and then that's when the music changes.
Yeah, and then like there's the bit like Sandy gets pulled from Danny and she's sad, whatever, but he's still dancing with Cha Cha, and then but everyone's still fucking going for it, and then like they win the prize for like King or Queen or whatever.
Yeah, they win the dance contest, don't they?
Yeah, and then the teacher gets involved, and everyone's still fucking having a good time, and then everyone just crowds in. Like
having a good time.
Having a good time like that, put their hands in the air, and then like everyone just crowds in and just. It must have been. It can't all be choreographed. These all must be trained dancers.
I think a lot of them were trained.
Yeah.
But I think is it Patricia Birch?
It was Patricia Birch.
Yay! Well done to me.
She's done a lot on stage. She's won a few Tonys. Says it all.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, obviously a master at play.
But it's shot great.
It really is.
I mean, it knows when to zoom in on certain characters. I think it's just there's enough in that scene could easily have been boring.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It seems to just build. It's. I love it. I love that. That's my favourite prom scene in any movie.
Yeah,
ever.
absolutely. If I think Grease, I always think of that scene alone.
That scene's great.
I don't need your car races. I don't need your Grease to Lightning. Your Sandra Dews. Give me that bit.
I think it's one of my favourite sequences.
We haven't talked about the car. They're building a car.
Oh yeah, the car, the Grease Lightning, yeah.
It's a good song. It's quite vulgar.
It is a lot more vulgar than you think. I was telling James about this. I remember singing this on a karaoke with my sister when I was maybe about 6. And as I was singing off the lyrics, all we knew really was the chorus. And everyone was like, "Oh, this is so."
Yeah, she's a real pussy wagon.
Like chicks of cream. What?
I think there are still people out there actively who don't know what that means.
I think there probably is, yeah.
The chicks all cream. What does that mean?
Oh.
Pussy wagon.
Well, I think that bit's kind of implied, but some of the other parts of it are a little bit, ooh.
You know that ain't no shit, you'll be getting lots of tit. Yeah. It's dirty, it's filthy.
It's very, very filthy.
I notice how they cut that from the Mega Mix whenever they...
Yeah, it's not ideal, is it?
It's not ideal. But yeah. Kids Mega... Come on, kids.
Come on, kids, let's sing about the sex car.
Yeah, the sex car.
Cars, but with sex.
I tell you what, though, as cars go, it's pretty sexy.
Is it sexier than Lightning McQueen?
Yes. Yes, oh, absolutely. This one can fly at the end.
Oh, well.
And I was under the impression, and I still am, I will not be moved from this, that at the end of the film, where Danny and Sandy are driving in the car and they're like, and it takes off, I think it flies. Legit.
Have you seen the kind of fan theories about that? About Grease in general and the car at the end?
I think I've read them, but I can't remember.
Where they feel that the stories are actually about Sandy dying. So she dies at the beginning of Grease, like she drowns.
Right.
At the sea. And then all the high school bits, all a dream, and the end part is her going into heaven. That's pretty reaching, I think.
That's devastating.
But it's still not the truth. I know people like to pretend, oh, this is what it's all about. No, do your research. It was written about local schools, wasn't it? It was in New York or something like that.
Probably.
Yeah, so actually, no. It's got nothing to do with that. That was all put in purely for Olivia Newton-John.
The car flying?
No, the kind of the beginning with the beach and stuff. It's just alluded to. They've had this summer romance.
Oh,
it
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
want about anything else.
Yeah.
People are... Oh.
Okay.
Any opportunities to be deep and meaningful, guys. It's not that deep.
What does the car flying represent then?
I don't know. They're having a great time.
All I'm saying is, at this point, around this time, Doc Brown has invented a time machine somewhere else.
Yeah, so it can happen, guys.
It can happen. I'm just saying, I think that car can fly. Chitty Bang Bang did it way earlier.
I just think it's just showing them going off into the sunset, basically.
Why does it fly then? What's the need for it to fly? Just drive off.
Well, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, same car.
Chitty Bang Bang.
Dick Van Dyke created that car.
Yes, he did. I've nothing else to say about that. The teachers are great. Sid Caesar is my favourite.
Do your impression of him.
Oh God. Oh, Danny's trying to do gym, find a sport he's good at, and he can't find any. And then he's like, "Oh, maybe you'll be good at jogging or something." And he goes, "Long distance running, cross country running." I think he's great.
Oh, he's wonderful. The teachers are really well cast as well.
But I think the relationship between the students and the teachers is interesting because, I remember at school if you had prom and stuff, you didn't go to prom. I'm sorry. Oh, you're raining on prom night for you.
No, because I didn't want to go. It was a choice for me not to go.
Oh, okay. I just thought you wouldn't.
I was busy doing something else.
What were you doing?
Or on holiday.
You're on holiday?
Yeah, and I'd prefer to have been there because everyone who went said it was crap.
Oh, okay, good.
And the pictures looked terrible as well, so... I'm just saying that because I'm jealous.
Yeah, exactly. But, you that's the time to sort of bond with the teachers a little bit just before you leave.
Yeah.
When you're in school, you're sort of on your best behaviour or whatever. But then you can finally let your hair down and be mates with the teachers just for a night.
Aww.
No, I just think it's
so nice.
Sweet.
This is the second part in the film where James cried.
I haven't cried at Grease ever.
No, it's okay.
I'll tell you when I do cry at Grease, actually. It was when Stockard Channing's picture comes up at the start of the film.
And you were laughing with it, yeah.
I'm like, that's so sad because she's not that unattractive.
Do parts of this make you laugh even now? Because I remember finding it so funny when I was younger.
Yeah, but it's not anything in the script. It is purely the banter between the lads I find funny. I
really like the banter. Do you like the comb flicking bit?
Always do. Yep. Me and you, I got very drunk.
Yes.
At a recent Christmas party, and Grease came on, and obviously the Mega Mix is like, "Did she get me a friend?" And me and you just both stopped, and then pretended to flick the comb in our faces.
Yeah.
And that's when we realised we're the same person.
Yeah, that's when we knew, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I remember that making me and my sister laugh so hard when we were younger. We just kept rewinding that bit.
Okay.
Because it was silly. The prom bit always used to make us laugh.
You just like the noise it makes.
Boing. It's really satisfying. But yeah, the prom scene always used to make us laugh. But now as I've gotten older, I like some of the other bits about the car being stolen.
The parts being stolen.
Now, where did you get this from? Your mother?
Yeah. I like the bit where it's the parade thing at the start.
Yeah.
And then they're doing that, but they're doing the Three Stooges routine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's really good. Because like, they would, you know what I mean?
They would be emulating that sort
The
of crap.
T-Birds, I don't think are cool. But I think they're nerds.
Yeah.
But they're posing as these really cool...
Well, I don't think they are. I think Kaneki and Danny are the bad boys.
Yeah.
The other three are just their kind of...
The Three Stooges?
They are the kind of backup. I think one of them's probably a bit more of like the muscle.
You're not talking about that 45-year-old man?
Yes.
Right, okay, yeah. Who owns a restaurant in like
Pugs
New
is
Jersey.
Clearly like the younger, more...
He's a sweet lad, isn't he?
Yeah.
And then dude is the jokester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they kind of match as to what you'd get in a friendship group. You always get people that are different, because otherwise you get a clash of personalities. Not everyone falls into the same category, really.
Mm. Did you like how everyone at the end had someone to be with?
They all paired up, and I don't feel like Marty should have paired up with Doody. I thought they were wrong for each other.
Okay.
Kaneki and Rizzo, yeah, I think they're probably right for each other.
But they're terrible together.
They're both the same. I think they're the same person, but they'll always be drawn to each other.
Yeah.
Danny and Sandy, no.
Yeah. None of these people will always be
The only
together.
two couples I really like are Jan and her partner, whose name I don't know.
Yeah.
And Doody and
Frenchie.
Frenchie, yeah.
Yeah. None of these people are going to stay together. They're going to go off and be lawyers or something. You know, they're going to grow up at some point.
You say that, but with it being the 50s, you could see Betty Rizzo ending up pregnant and then they're getting married. And
What's the word that you heard?
because that was the way it kind of was in the 50s. It was be the perfect housewife.
Well, people would stick around, I imagine. Not many people would go travelling.
Yeah.
So if you're in a village community or whatever,
You stayed there.
you'd stay there. Yeah, exactly. So maybe they did. But I wouldn't want to see them when they're 70, just like.
I remember being together.
Do you remember the carnival that we had at the end of school?
There was a car and it flew. Okay, Grandad. Okay, back to the home.
Olivia Newton-John was there and she flew off into the sky.
You need to take your pills, Grandpa.
Some of these casts look like they're old enough to take pills. That's all I'm like.
Well, wasn't the actress who played Jan actually going prematurely grey around that time?
Probably.
I'm pretty sure I heard that because her hair is like bright white now.
Oh yeah. She's
Yeah.
Slacko Channing has aged well. I think some of them have aged well. Have you seen the 45-year-old?
Yeah.
Have you seen him recently? Fucking hell, he looks the same.
Well, Fab, they just stuck to the time.
Not you, Barry Pearl. Yeah, we can't really say anything else about Grease. It's Grease.
I think it's already been said. A lot of people know a lot of the trivia about it.
So some would say to us, why are you doing a podcast episode on it then?
Because it's fun.
It's fun. We've had a good time watching it.
We've had a good time.
Chan, bop, he would say.
Boom.
Dip, 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 boogity, 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 boogity. I always... Yeah, it's all fun, isn't it?
Yeah, and you said you didn't like that song, which is disappointing.
It's weak.
It's not.
It's weak.
You're wrong.
Compared to Born to Handjive. Born to Handjive's top notch. Is Grease better than Space Jam?
Yes.
Is it better than Grease 2?
It's got to be better than Grease 2.
Yeah, of course it is.
But Grease 2 is banging.
Is Grease 2 better than Space Jam?
Grease 2 is better than Great Showman.
Why do you keep going back to The Greatest Showman?
Because people fucking bum that film.
No one bums that film.
Loads of people do.
Anymore.
I think people loved it and it was always showing at like open air screenings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's because kids love it, you know?
No.
Okay. Well, do you reckon open air... A drive-in movie for Grease would be good.
Yeah, Stranded as a drive-in.
Quick shout out to
I was going to say, we're going to talk about that.
Quick shout out to the animation at the back of John Travolta when he's singing Sandy, because I'm with you on this. I've only ever watched that.
Everybody watches that hot dog doing the somersault.
Doing the somersault, and then the bunt does tell him to do some more, and he does. He's a good dog.
Indeed.
And then at the end, when he says, "Oh, Sandy." Oh, Sandy. And then the hot dog jumps into the bun, and the show starts.
That's all he wanted to do that night, was just to get his sausage into her bun.
Oh, is it a metaphor for something?
Yes.
Okay. You don't like the Blob?
I don't like the Blob that they're watching, no.
No. I'm just letting you know.
But everyone in that, if you ever watch the scene back with Sandy, just watch how Rick Travolta says "in heaven."
He points to it. He tells you.
He physically points and looks at you.
It looks like the director's going, right, okay, John, walk away from the camera, and then when you say in heaven, just tell us where it is again. And it looks like it's like the 5th take, because he looks a bit annoyed about it.
It's like, for fuck's sake, it's up there.
It's over there, because he puts his hand on his hip. And it's like, there it is. He sort of bends over.
In here. Oh my god.
It's just over there, guys.
It's a bit overacted, that little bit.
Oh, that's okay. I like it.
But we're here for it. It's harmless.
Yes. As Travolta musicals go, this and Hairspray, evenly matched for you?
No, he's better in this than he is in Hairspray.
He's pretty good in Hairspray, though.
He's good in Hairspray, but I prefer this.
Do you wish he'd do another one?
Depends what he does, really.
Have you recently seen the Christmas advert with him in?
No.
Where he's been playing Santa.
Okay.
And he's like proper doll up as Santa, but he's doing the Staying Alive.
Okay.
The Saturday Night Fever thing. It's really cool.
I'll have to check that out, because I do like him, to be fair.
He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
He seems a bit weird.
Yeah.
Doesn't he have a plane?
Yeah, I think
Doesn't
he's
he have
got
like 7 planes?
I don't think he's got 7, but I think he's got planes.
Let me Google it. Oh, yeah, right here. John Travolta has 7 planes.
7 planes.
Grease. It's the word that you heard. It's got groove, it's got meaning.
Dun, 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 dun.
Grease is the time, it's the place. Do-boo.
This is the way you were feeling.
Is this podcast episode just us singing that song?
Yes.
Excellent. We hope you've enjoyed it, guys. But is Grease better than Space Jam?
Yes.
Let us know. Let us know.
Yes.
It is. We think it is.
Yeah. Vote correctly, guys.
When people say they don't like musicals, they always point at Grease and go, that's not a good time. But we saying that as theatre nerds.
Yeah, I think it was voted like the #1 musical in that when they did it.
Yeah,
I think on
I
ITV,
remember.
like the 100 Greatest Musicals, this was voted #1.
Is that just because most people have seen it?
I think it's the most well known, I'd probably say.
Yeah.
Even if you like it or not, you probably know it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, thanks for joining us on Grease. What's next?
A film.
A film. Yet to be confirmed.
Yeah, to be confirmed, but I hope it's the day after tomorrow, and I hope that James lets me watch it.
Jokes on you, we watched that recently. I can't be asked to watch it again.
I want to watch it again.
It might be Deadpool.
I want to watch it again.
It might have to be Deadpool because I
The
imagine.
longer you wait, the longer I'm going to need to see it.
Too bad. I didn't want to do that film anyway. I'm only doing it for you. You fell asleep in it anyway.
Exactly, that's why I need to watch it.
Yeah, we don't know yet which one it is, but we'll let you know, guys. Probably Asteroid City, actually.
Probably, I like that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, thanks for listening. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Shoo-ba-da-bop, shoo-ba-da-bop.
Bye-bye, yeah.